Such a nice day out, so I decided why not stand in the yard and vlog. Promised some updates, so I guess here they go. First of all, I don't really ever eat eggs. This morning I woke up and I was like, hey, I kind of want some eggs, which I usually don't ever want, so I decided to make. That's why I made those for breakfast. So last night I was going to say that I was waiting to hear back about a job that they already said I got accepted to, but I was waiting for a security clearance. It's video editing, so in my field, luckily. And this morning I just got a call saying that tomorrow I can start. Also, in about 2.5 weeks I have reserve duty. I don't know how many of you know, but in Israel there's mandatory conscription, I think it's called. Basically mandatory army service. When you turn 18, you go into the army for 3 years. Women do 2 years unless they serve in a combat position, so then it's also 3 years. And then until you're 45, you get called in periodically for some sort of reserve duty, usually between a week and 2.5 weeks. Luckily mine is only 2 or 3 days this time, just for a little training, but sometimes it's for 2 weeks when you spend the whole time in a tent in the wilderness, dirty, with no shower or bathroom. It will be right towards the end of April, so I guess I will try vlogging then as well. We'll see how that goes. That'd be interesting. Show you a little bit about what the IDF Artillery Corps is like. It might be a little bit hard to see. Yeah. But in the view I show every morning, which is from my bedroom, you can see a monastery that's on the hill. It's on the hill over there. Maybe I'll go up there today. Today's a nice day. Let's go up there. I'm not sure if you would expect to find a basketball court at a monastery. As far as I know, there are also mainly nuns here. So I guess they like their basketball. That view that you can see from my yard or room that I tend to show at the beginning of the vlogs looks in this direction. So here you can see what it looks like looking back onto Beit Shemesh, which is where I live. But one of the things I really like about this area is that even though we live in a relatively large city, 2 seconds away you're already in the middle of forest and green and a 300-year-old monastery that was built on the remains of a 1500-year-old monastery. A lot of what I'm dealing with for my final project at school is kind of the love-hate relationship I have with my city. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's another thing. We also live about 20 kilometers from, not even 20 kilometers, maybe 10 kilometers from an Air Force base. I'm assuming that's where those helicopters came from. I sure hope you can hear me over this wind. After I get married and move to what's considered the center of Israel, I'll be leaving this kind of area for a more urban, flat, coastal area. And I'm not sure how much I really want to live in that kind of area. Anyways, on to less depressing topics. Even when you live under a 5-minute drive away, you can forget how beautiful it is up here, how peaceful it always is. I don't think you're allowed inside this building, but that little chapel or church, I'm not exactly sure what the terms are, was really nice, though that one's only about 100 years old. These are really the things that I like about Beit Shemesh. Maybe I'll vlog a few more times about the city. It might also help me with my final project, because as it is, I'm not really getting much work done. I have 92 days left to hand in my graduation film, which I decided was going to be a sort of vlog-like essay film, as a farewell to the city where I grew up and I've lived in for the past 18 years. I feel like I'm making everything really depressing right now, so let's talk about awesome things. So I'm starting a new job finally. These daily vlogging things are slowly getting more easy to do. The editing, the sorting through footage, the talking to a camera without feeling really awkward, the having people watch you without feeling too awkward, getting more things done for the wedding, less of a headache and less stress, I guess. I guess none of you know, or 99% of you don't know, that I also volunteer with the police. I'm an auxiliary policeman, and so this Friday I have a shift, so I guess you'll get to see a little bit about me, about what life is like in Israel, in Beit Shemesh for me. It's a really, really nice day. I don't even know why I'm wearing a sweatshirt. So I'm going to go enjoy it. I was catching up on some Vitas that I've been following that I haven't had a chance to watch yet, and I was watching Nick's vlog about when he directing Crash Course, and he asked if he should keep the beard, and as someone who has a beard, first of all, I think he should, and secondly, it reminded me of something that I meant to tell you that I haven't yet. Since people seem to really enjoy the Jewish educational content, or whatever you want to call it, I decided that you should know another thing. So, Passover is 7 days long, or outside of Israel it's 8 days, for reasons that I am not even going to attempt to explain. And so, Passover ended Friday, night. And then the next holiday that we have is what's called Shavuot, or the Festival of Weeks, I think, in English, because Shavuot literally means weeks. And that is exactly 7 weeks from the first day of Passover. So between those days, you count every evening, you count how many days have passed. So you count up. And it is called Sefirat HaOmer, or if I say it in Hebrew properly, Sefirat HaOmer. And it is the counting of the Omer. The Omer is was the first harvest of wheat, if I'm not mistaken, or a special harvest of wheat that they would do after the holiday on Passover. And so it is 49 nights that you count. Anyhow, during that time, it is a custom to not shave for other reasons, which are super complicated. I will put a link in the description if you really want to read up on all of that. But basically, even if I were to not have a beard, it's like Movember, but for a whole 7 weeks. And not just a mustache, but a whole beard. Also, you can't get a haircut if you hold by the custom. And so beard, haircut, and that's why everyone rushes to go get a haircut the day before Passover. And you'll see my beard get a bit crazy over the next while. Also, some people don't shave and get a haircut only till about halfway down. Anyways, reasons are down in the description. And I'll link also to this vlog down there, and I guess maybe I'll put a link right here. That sounds like a good idea. Maybe, yeah.